The sun has never been just a star in the sky, a ball of fire providing us with light and warmth. Since ancient times, it has been an object of fascination and mystery. What happens when a seemingly distant cosmic event begins to directly affect our world? What would we do if a series of solar disturbances were linked to an increase in natural phenomena, such as earthquakes on Earth? The question is intriguing, isn't it? For thousands of years, we have observed the sun from afar, without fully understanding the effects its activity could have on us. But today, it seems that something is changing. And this change, although we barely understand it, is beginning to raise concerns within the scientific community and among the planet's inhabitants. But what does this have to do with the interstellar object 3I Atlas? Could this mysterious space visitor be linked to the sun and its turbulence? This is a question that more and more scientists have been asking in recent years. Is it possible that this object is not only passing through our solar system, but also influencing solar activity and, consequently, the Earth itself? Imagine an object traveling at unimaginable speeds, far beyond what a manned spacecraft could reach. This object, dubbed 3I Atlas, is something completely out of the ordinary, coming from a distant place, beyond the known boundaries of our solar system. But why is it there? And more importantly, what is its impact on our planet? As 3I Atlas approaches, the sun appears more active. Its solar storms appear more intense and more frequent. And even more intriguing, earthquakes have increased. This phenomenon has caused some to wonder. Could it be related? Experts aren't sure, but a growing theory suggests that solar disturbances could interact with the Earth's crust, triggering seismic movements. In recent months, scientists have recorded an unprecedented number of earthquakes around the world. Some have been devastating, others milder, but they all seem to follow a strange pattern. The question many are asking is, why? What's happening beneath the Earth's surface? And more importantly, what does this have to do with solar activity and the 3I Atlas transit? As solar storms intensify, the interaction between the solar wind and Earth's magnetic field is observed to intensify. This interaction could contribute to the buildup of stress in the Earth's crust. But is this the real cause of earthquakes? Some studies suggest that magnetic disturbances from the sun could influence tectonic plates in previously unknown ways. What could possibly cause such earthquakes? Could the passage of 3I Atlas be the catalyst for a series of cosmic events directly affecting our planet? Experts are still searching for answers, but one thing is certain: the sun is not the only actor in this spectacular spectacle. The sun is shaking, 3I Atlas is approaching, and earthquakes are increasing. What does the future hold for our world at the heart of this cosmic dance? Is Earth undergoing one of the greatest trials in its history? Or are we simply witnessing a natural cycle in the vast theater of the universe? What we do know is that we are living in a time of great uncertainty, and questions about these cosmic events will continue to arise. Perhaps the answers will come with time, or perhaps we will continue to search for them in the vast darkness of space, where the secrets of the universe still await us. But for now, we can only wait and see, hoping that what comes next will be understandable, or at least allow us to continue observing the great mystery unfolding before our eyes. Is the Earth about to undergo an irreversible change, or will this simply be another cycle of nature that will resolve itself over time? Only time will tell. Whenever an earthquake shakes the Earth, it's impossible not to wonder if solar activity and the proximity of an object like 3I Atlas play a more important role than we realize. Throughout history, we've witnessed natural phenomena that sometimes seem interconnected, but in ways invisible to the naked eye. Is it possible that the cosmic forces that govern the universe have a more direct impact on our planet than we think? Modern science teaches us that seismic activity results from the movements of tectonic plates, an internal dynamic of the Earth that has been occurring for millions of years. However, recent seismic events have a peculiarity. Solar activity has increased, solar storms are more frequent and powerful, and the presence of 3I Atlas is approaching our region of the solar system. Although there is no concrete evidence confirming a direct relationship, some researchers believe there may be a link between these cosmic events and the increase in earthquakes. The question remains, can an interstellar object like 3I Atlas affect Earth with solar energy, thereby altering the planet's internal conditions? Some scientists hypothesize that charged particles from the solar storm could generate a magnetic resonance that affects Earth's geological structures. This interaction could amplify the stresses accumulated in the Earth's crust, leading to an increase in the number of earthquakes. While this hypothesis is intriguing, there is still insufficient evidence to confirm it. But as scientists continue their research, earthquakes continue to increase, perhaps naturally, perhaps due to the planet's conditions. After all, the Earth has always been in a state of constant change. Is this a natural cycle of our planet, or are we experiencing a larger phenomenon? With each earthquake, we are faced with uncertainty. Is this increase in seismic activity merely a symptom of the presence of a living Earth, or are cosmic forces beyond our control, pushing our planet in an unknown direction? And what about 3I Atlas? The object passing through our solar system continues its course and is gradually getting closer. Will it have a direct impact on Earth, or is it simply a spectator in Nibi, this complex cosmic scenario? Its passage could simply be a sign that the universe is in motion and that we are witnessing a natural event, even if we don't yet understand how it could affect Earth in unexpected ways. For now, we can only observe and reflect on what is happening around us. Earthquakes, solar storms, and the approach of 3I Atlas remind us that we are surrounded by a vast and unknown universe that continues to defy our understanding. And while experts continue to study the possible connections between these events, the extent of their impact remains uncertain. So we continue to contemplate the forces of the universe and their possible effects on our world. Are we witnessing the beginning of something greater, or are we simply experiencing a natural cycle of our planet that we don't yet fully understand? The answers remain a mystery, and the questions pile up. As the sun stirs and 3I Atlas approaches, only time will tell if we are witnessing a cosmic event that will change Earth's history, or if this is simply another step in the eternal dance of the cosmos. The mystery persists, and with each passing day, we come closer to understanding the true scope of these cosmic phenomena. Will we be able to find the answers to the questions these events have posed? Perhaps not today, but one day, when the stars align, when the pieces of the puzzle fall into place, we will finally understand how the Sun, 3I Atlas, and Earth are connected in unimaginable ways. In the meantime, we continue to scan the skies, hoping that, like the universe, we too will find our place in this vast and mysterious cosmos. As the sun continues its cycle, questions persist. Is this the prelude to a profound change in our relationship with the universe? The interstellar object 3I Atlas continues its progress through our solar system, its close passage constituting one of the greatest mysteries science has faced in years. The sun, with its fluctuating energy, seems more restless than ever, and the Earth, its skin cracked by seismic forces, is beginning to show signs of unusual behavior. But what role does Earth play in all this? Are we simply a small part of a much larger cosmic game, or is there something bigger at stake? Earthquakes, the tremors that remind us of the fragility of our world, continue to multiply. Is this a phenomenon that has always existed, waiting to be understood? Or are we witnessing something new, something never seen before? Throughout history, humanity has had to adapt to unexpected environmental changes, driven by forces we don't fully understand. Climate, volcanic eruptions, storms, and, of course, earthquakes have always been present on Earth. However, this new era, marked by solar turbulence and the presence of unknown objects, like 3I Atlas, raises a series of compelling questions. Are we ready for something even greater? Experts continue their work, trying to decipher the links between solar activity, cosmic objects, and seismic movements. However, each new solar storm seems to bring more questions than answers. Despite technological advances, the mystery remains. And as 3I Atlas gets closer, many wonder if the universe is sending a signal, or if we simply live in a time when science cannot yet grasp the full scope of these phenomena. Tensions built up over centuries in the Earth's crust are released by earthquakes. But the link between this release and cosmic events occurring beyond our planet remains a mystery. Could solar energies and magnetic interactions caused by passing objects like 3I Atlas help trigger this cycle of seismic upheaval? It's impossible to be certain, but theories continue to grow. The only certainty is that we live in uncertain times. Every earthquake is an unanswered question. Every solar storm reminds us of our fragility, and every 3I Atlas observation is an invitation to look beyond our world into the unknown. Could this interstellar object have something to do with changes on our planet, or is it simply a coincidence in the vastness of the universe? Could it be that our understanding of cosmic phenomena is still in its infancy, and that what we consider a coincidence today may be part of a much larger pattern tomorrow? As these events continue, we are confronted with the reality that despite our desire to understand everything, forces are eluding us. The sun continues its cycle of activity, and 3 Atlas is getting closer and closer. Questions multiply, and answers, for now, remain elusive. How will we prepare for the future? Will we be able to predict future earthquakes, or even understand their causes? Only time will tell. Meanwhile, we stand by watching the cosmos unfold, and with each passing day we realize that we may never have all the answers. But that, in a way, is what makes this mystery so fascinating. In the vast universe around us, we are but a speck of dust in the vastness, a speck of dust tossed about, for one reason or another, by forces far greater than ourselves. Is this simply a reminder of our small existence in the grand theater of the cosmos, or perhaps a harbinger of something even greater to come? Only time and the unfolding of events will tell. As solar turbulence intensifies, it becomes increasingly clear that something larger is at play. Every storm unleashed by the sun, every change in its cycle, seems to coincide with the mysterious tremors rocking Earth. Could we be witnessing a cosmic interaction we never anticipated? As the earthquakes continue, many wonder if we are witnessing a series of interconnected events that could change our understanding of the universe. It's hard not to wonder if the sun, with its radiant energy, has a connection to the seismic movements affecting the Earth. While it might seem impossible at first glance that solar activity could influence the Earth's crust, scientific advances have shown that magnetic interactions can have far more profound effects than previously imagined. Charged particles, launched by the sun and traveling through space, could affect the Earth's magnetic field, causing alterations we may not yet fully understand. And if we add to this the presence of 3I Atlas, a visitor from the depths of space, the connection seems even more intriguing. Is 3I Atlas a factor we're overlooking? Could its passage through the solar system alter the forces that govern the Sun and Earth, or even trigger a chain reaction that impacts Earth's seismic activity? A growing body of research suggests that objects passing through our solar system affect the gravitational and magnetic environments of planets. If so, the passage of 3I Atlas, combined with solar upheavals, could trigger a series of seemingly more frequent and intense earthquakes. Yet the question remains, what's the connection? Scientists continue to study Earth's magnetic field, solar activity, and the trajectories of objects like 3I Atlas, but the answers aren't simple. The universe is a place of complex interactions, and the answers we seek can sometimes be far deeper than we dare imagine. Earth, a tiny speck in the vastness of the cosmos, remains vulnerable to the whims of space. What we do know is that earthquakes and seismic activity on Earth have increased significantly. While many factors may contribute to this phenomenon, their connection to solar activity and the passage of cosmic objects like 3I Atlas remains an open question. Is it possible that these events are linked in ways we don't yet understand? Perhaps in the near future, we will be able to unravel this cosmic mystery. Perhaps we will discover that the Earth, in its constant dance with the universe, is not isolated, but intrinsically linked to phenomena occurring beyond our planet. And if so, how will this change our understanding of the world we live in? What effect will it have on us human beings, so accustomed to seeing ourselves as distant from the cosmic forces that surround us? As 3I Atlas approaches and the sun continues to wriggle, the questions continue to pour in. Is Earth a mere spectator in this grand cosmic theater? Or are we participating in something far grander than we ever imagined? The answers will continue to unfold, little by little, like a mystery beckoning us to explore beyond the known boundaries of our world. What now seems like a cosmic coincidence may actually hold the key to understanding the deep, vast universe we live in. And in the meantime, we continue to watch the skies, hoping that one day the stars will give us a glimpse of the future that awaits us. As the sun continues its incessant dance, its activity seems to intensify by the day. Solar storms are intensifying, hurling enormous quantities of charged particles into space, reaching the outer reaches of our atmosphere. And while the most obvious effects of these storms are the disruption of communication and navigation systems, a larger phenomenon is at play, one we don't yet fully understand. Is it possible that the sun, with all its energy, is more directly influencing the Earth's seismic movements? Solar turbulence cannot be ignored, and with increasingly frequent earthquakes, there is concern that solar forces amplify or trigger these events. Solar storms generate magnetic waves that affect the Earth's magnetosphere. This protective layer that shields us from solar radiation could be altered, affecting the tectonic plates that form the Earth's skeleton. However, the exact link between these phenomena remains uncertain. In this context, the presence of 3I Atlas, an interstellar object passing through our solar system, adds an even deeper layer of mystery. This recently discovered cosmic visitor has raised countless questions about its potential impact on our environment. As 3I Atlas approaches our region of space, some scientists theorize that its enormous mass and nearby passage could have a gravitational effect on the solar system. Although we do not yet have sufficient evidence, the possibility that its presence is linked to increased seismic activity on Earth is being investigated. It is possible that gravitational disturbances from 3I Atlas, during its interactions with the Sun and Earth's magnetosphere, could disrupt the balance that normally maintains our stability. But what does this have to do with earthquakes? The most widely discussed theory suggests that the magnetic influence of solar storms and the interaction of 3I Atlas with the gravity of the solar system could trigger seismic events by releasing accumulated tensions in tectonic plates. As the Sun's oscillations intensify, could it send signals to the Earth's interior, triggering reactions in the Earth's crust? A growing body of research suggests that interactions between the Sun's and Earth's magnetic fields have the power to induce subtle changes in the behavior of tectonic plates. Earthquakes, sudden movements of the Earth that alter the landscape, may be influenced by factors that, until recently, seemed completely foreign to our reality. The idea that astronomical phenomena, such as solar activity or the passage of an interstellar object, could be linked to Earth's seismic activity is intriguing, but we don't yet have definitive answers. Some scientists believe we are witnessing a natural cycle where the Earth and the Sun interact in ways that are still poorly understood. Others believe that the passage of objects like 3I Atlas could trigger a change in our planet's behavior. What does this mean for Earth's future? If the observed links between the Sun, 3I Atlas, and earthquakes are correct, we are opening a new avenue for understanding the role of space in natural events on our planet. Science still has much to learn about how these cosmic factors interact with Earth. But perhaps the most exciting thing about all this is the feeling that we are on the cusp of a major discovery that could revolutionize our view of the nature of our planet and its place in the universe. While we wait for answers, we remain passive observers of the vast universe around us. Solar turbulence and the proximity of 3I Atlas remain a mystery, but they also invite us to look beyond our current knowledge. Earthquakes, solar storms, and cosmic objects like 3I Atlas remind us that, even on Earth, we are not isolated from the cosmic phenomena occurring throughout the universe. Perhaps by better understanding these connections, we will come to understand not only the events occurring on our planet, but also our role in the larger cosmic picture. And even though the answers still elude us, there's something fascinating about it all. Uncertainty, curiosity, and the hope that one day the pieces will fall into place. In the meantime, we continue to watch the sky and hope to discover how the threads of the universe connect us in ways we never imagined. What seems like an unfathomable mystery today may be just another page in Earth's cosmic history tomorrow. As the Sun continues its cycle of activity, we still don't fully understand the implications of its fluctuations. Solar storms, while known for their effects on communications and satellites, also appear to have a deeper impact, reaching beyond Earth's atmosphere. Some scientists suggest that the charged particles released by the sun during these storms could affect not only the technologies we use, but also the fundamental forces that govern the Earth's interior. Earthquakes, those seismic events that often intrigue us, could be influenced even indirectly by these solar changes. The presence of 3I Atlas, the interstellar visitor, adds a layer of mystery. Is it possible that as it approaches our solar system, this object could also affect Earth, even if its influence is not directly perceptible? Although we do not yet fully understand how objects outside our solar system can interact with celestial bodies in our region, some studies suggest that 3I Atlas's gravity could alter the trajectory of other objects in the solar system, including, potentially, that of the Sun itself. The influence of 3I Atlas on solar activity, while difficult to verify, could trigger a series of cosmic events that alter Earth's behavior. Over time, 3I Atlas's gravity could alter how the Sun interacts with Earth. And while most experts still consider these theories speculative, the increase in the number and magnitude of earthquakes during this period of heightened solar activity and proximity to 3I Atlas remains a particularly striking coincidence. Even today, the question remains: what is the connection between cosmic events occurring beyond our planet and the natural phenomena that directly affect us? Is it possible that the energy of solar storms affects the Earth's core, contributing to increased seismic activity? The answers still elude us, but the connections between these events seem clearer with each new discovery. However, the real mystery remains. What cosmic forces are actually at work, and how do they affect us? What is undeniable is that we are living in a time of great uncertainty, where spatial changes seem to have a more direct and intimate impact on our daily lives. As the Sun moves and 3I Atlas approaches, the Earth continues to tremble and questions pile up. Could we be witnessing a new era where cosmic events play a greater role in our destiny? Or is it all part of a natural cycle that has always existed, but which we are only just beginning to understand? The answers, as always, will come in due time. But for now, we continue to observe, hoping to one day discover how these cosmic forces, seemingly beyond our reach, are connected to our world in ways we never imagined. The story of the Sun, 3I Atlas, and Earth may be a lesson yet to be learned, a lesson that only the passage of time can teach us. On the cosmic horizon, the answers are hidden, but what we do know is that we are witnessing something immense, something that could change our view of the universe. In the meantime, we continue to observe the skies, increasingly aware of our smallness compared to the vast cosmic forces that surround us. And even if the answers are uncertain, the mystery continues to draw us, inviting us to continue our research, to scrutinize the stars, in the hope that one day, finally, we will understand how everything is interconnected. As 3I Atlas approaches, the cosmos seems to reveal its secrets in unimaginable ways. It is as if the universe is revealing to us, bit by bit, the magnitude of events to come. Meanwhile, the Earth continues on its course, shaken by earthquakes that alter not only its surface, but also our perception of the stability of the world we live in. The question remains: what is the true origin of these events, and how do they relate to solar activity and the approach of 3I Atlas? Theories linking solar activity to Earth's seismic movements are increasingly debated in scientific circles. Although most studies suggest that earthquakes are tectonic events, the increasing temporal coincidence between solar storms, the gravitational influence of 3I Atlas, and increased seismic activity lead us to wonder if the answer lies elsewhere than in our knowledge. Can the sun's magnetic effects affect more than just our atmosphere? Could they be responsible for releasing energies that cause fractures in tectonic plates? It's a mystery that continues to slowly unravel as we observe the cosmic dance of celestial bodies. If 3I Atlas is causing gravitational disturbances, perhaps Earth, a sentient organism, is responding to these changes in ways we cannot yet fully measure. Scientists continue to meticulously record seismic activity, looking for patterns, trying to correlate the most intense hours of solar activity with the moments of greatest seismic magnitude. However, we still don't have clear answers. The story of Earth's earthquakes, tectonic plate movements, the solar wind, and the presence of cosmic objects like 3I Atlas is a tale that remains unsolved. Will these pieces of the puzzle finally come together in the near future? Or perhaps, like many other cosmic questions, they will remain unanswered, with no definitive answers. Meanwhile, the sun continues to generate its energy, and 3I Atlas continues its journey through space, ever closer, perhaps bringing with it more than just a curiosity. Perhaps it also brings deeper changes that we are still trying to understand. It's fascinating to reflect on Earth's role in this vast universe. We often feel small and vulnerable in the face of these events, but at the same time, we are part of a great cosmic mystery, one that is constantly revealing new facets. Earthquakes, solar phenomena, and now the presence of 3I Atlas are a mixture of chaos and beauty, like a symphony without a precise score. We may not understand the full melody, but every day we continue to participate in this music, observing with wonder what the universe has in store for us. The connection between these events invites us to continue our questions, our investigations, and our search for answers that may never come. But perhaps it is this same quest that drives us to scan the skies, hoping to discover something even greater than we can imagine. For in the end, what truly matters is not just what we already know, but what we have yet to learn. The sun continues to shine in its constant turmoil. 3I Atlas continues its course toward our solar system, and the Earth continues, in its own way, to react to forces beyond our comprehension. In this cosmic mystery, we remain observers and participants in a dance that connects us to the vast universe. And even if we don't have all the answers, the important thing is that we are still here, searching, learning, and wondering about the future. The passage of 3I Atlas through our solar system remains a phenomenon that defies our understanding. This visitor, from the depths of space, has captured the attention of astronomers and scientists. Despite its remoteness, its presence in our cosmic environment has begun to raise more questions than it answers. To what extent is this object likely to influence the orbits of the planets, or more precisely, to alter the behavior of the sun? Is 3I Atlas contributing in some way to the instability observed on Earth, or are we simply witnessing a cosmic coincidence? The link between solar events and earthquakes remains a mystery. Although it is impossible to establish a direct link between solar storms and seismic movements, patterns of solar activity and seismic peaks appear to coincide with increasing frequency. This raises the question of the involvement of previously unknown cosmic forces. Given the constant fluctuations in solar activity, the possibility that these events trigger an increase in seismic activity is one of the most intriguing hypotheses. Science has taught us that, although earthquakes are internal geological phenomena, The influence of solar energy on the Earth's magnetic field can have unexpected consequences. The solar wind is known to interact with the magnetosphere, creating geomagnetic storms. These storms can affect not only our communications, but also the stability of the planet in much more profound ways. Although experts have not yet established a definitive link, the connection between fluctuations in solar energy and increased seismic activity is a question that continues to be studied. So what could be going on? Charged particles from solar storms interacting with Earth's atmosphere could alter the behavior of tectonic plates in ways previously undetectable. Or perhaps the passage of 3I Atlas, with its enormous mass and gravitational pull, is impacting the movements of other celestial bodies, including the forces that govern Earth. If this object influences the dynamics of the solar system, we could observe indirect effects on our own planet without even realizing it. As we continue our observations, new questions arise. Could 3I Atlas be sending a signal from something much larger? A signal we are only beginning to understand. The universe may not be a simple collection of isolated events, but a complex web of interactions that affects every corner of the cosmos, from the smallest planet to the most distant and mysterious objects. If this is true, we are only at the beginning of a discovery that could change our view of the world and the universe. The Earth, despite its apparent stability, is in constant motion. Earthquakes remind us that our planet is alive, ever-changing, constantly reacting to the cosmic forces around us. Perhaps in time, we will discover that these cosmic events are not merely distant phenomena, but an integral part of Earth's history. The Sun, 3I Atlas, and our planet's magnetic field may be more than mere observers on this grand cosmic stage. They may be major players in a story we still don't know. The mystery persists, and as the solar storms continue their course and 3I Atlas approaches, questions continue to arise. Are we simply observing a normal cosmic phenomenon? Or are we on the cusp of a major shift in our understanding of Earth and its place in the universe? As we continue our search for answers, we realize that we may never fully understand all the connections that connect these events. But at the same time, it is this very uncertainty that makes this mystery so fascinating. The universe remains a vast unknown, and with our inexhaustible curiosity, we continue to search for the pieces of the puzzle that may one day reveal the truth. As the passage of 3I Atlas brings us closer to an uncertain future, the sky continues to offer its unreserved spectacle. The ever-moving sun seems to be releasing more energy than ever before, sending solar bursts toward Earth. These solar storms, once considered isolated phenomena, now appear to be synchronizing with an increase in seismic activity on our planet. The pattern is disconcerting. When solar storms reach their peak, earthquakes seem to follow closely behind, as if there were a connection we don't yet fully understand. What's really going on? Could it be that the interaction between the Sun and Earth, influenced by the passage of 3I Atlas, is generating some kind of cosmic resonance, affecting the stability of our planet? While this idea remains a hypothesis, the strange patterns forming cannot be ignored. The charged particles that the Sun projects into space could affect the Earth's magnetic field in ways we've never considered. But how is it possible that this energy, which we know affects our communication and electrical networks, can trigger phenomena as powerful as earthquakes? As the pieces of the puzzle gradually come together, the main question remains: is the Sun the direct cause of these earthquakes? Or are we witnessing a much more complex phenomenon involving the gravity of 3I Atlas and the forces that govern the solar system? Scientists continue to observe the connection between these events, but the answer remains uncertain. What we do know is that the relationship between solar activity and seismic activity is inescapable. One way or another, solar disturbances could affect the internal stability of the Earth, or at least contribute to amplifying the geological stresses accumulated in its crust. On a deeper level, we realize we are facing a much larger question. What is our connection to the universe around us? Throughout history, we have thought of Earth as an isolated world, largely independent of cosmic events occurring outside its orbit. But with the passage of 3I Atlas and the increasing intensity of solar activity, it seems we are witnessing an unimaginable cosmic interconnectedness. What if, somehow, Earth is more closely connected to events in the universe than we thought? Could we be part of a much larger cosmic phenomenon, one that extends far beyond our small planet? The Sun, the interstellar object 3I Atlas, and earthquakes represent only a tiny part of this vast cosmic picture, but their interactions could have more profound implications than we imagine. We may be at a turning point in our understanding of cosmic events and their connection to our own world. Perhaps we are not mere observers, but active participants in a larger cosmic dance, a dance that connects Earth to the forces of the universe in ways we have not yet fully understood. As the Earth continues to tremble, the Sun continues to stir its energy, and 3I Atlas approaches its mysterious journey. We realize that the answers may lie beyond our current understanding. But that doesn't mean we should stop searching. Human curiosity has always been the spark that drives us to discover the unknown, and in this case, the unknown is greater than ever. The questions raised by these cosmic events are just the beginning. Perhaps one day, when we solve this mystery, we will discover that the universe is closer to us than we imagined, and that seemingly distant and disconnected events are, in fact, deeply connected to our very existence. Searching for answers, we scan the sky, hoping the stars will provide us with a clue that will help us better understand our relationship with the cosmos. And while we may never have all the answers, the important thing is to keep stargazing, curious to see how one day the pieces of the puzzle will finally come together. As the seasons pass and the sun continues its cycle, the turmoil we feel here on Earth intensifies. Solar storms grow in intensity, and meanwhile, earthquakes remind us of the fragility of our existence. The question we all ask ourselves is whether these two phenomena are truly linked. Is the sun the cause of Earth's internal disturbances, or are we simply witnessing a cosmic coincidence, a play of events we never imagined? As 3I Atlas moves closer to the solar system, speculation intensifies. Could this seemingly distant object be influencing the behavior of the sun, or even the gravitational dynamics of the planets around it? Astronomers wonder if 3I Atlas's gravity is altering the orbits of other celestial bodies, and whether this alteration could somehow cause increased solar activity, or even earthquakes on Earth. While this theory is difficult to prove, the strange relationships between solar activity and earthquakes continue to mount, and with each observation, the mystery deepens. The connection between these events appears to be closer than previously thought. If the sun can emit energy that affects Earth's magnetosphere, weakening our protective layer, we may be more vulnerable to cosmic forces than we imagined. Solar flares, releasing vast amounts of energy and particles, could alter the Earth's crust in ways we hadn't considered. Each solar storm could remind us that we are not as isolated as we thought, that we are connected to forces outside our planet. And the arrival of 3I Atlas may be just the beginning of a series of events that will transform our understanding of the universe. Looking at the coincidences, the increase in seismic activity and the increased intensity of solar storms do not appear to be coincidental. Could 3I Atlas alter the stability of the solar system? Perhaps not directly, but its presence could play a role in the distribution of gravitational forces within the system, thus affecting the flow of solar energy. As the sun writhes, its solar storms could affect the behavior of Earth's tectonic plates, releasing accumulated stress more quickly. As 3I Atlas approaches, the feeling that a major event is about to occur is increasingly palpable. Is our planet about to undergo a series of unprecedented cosmic changes? Perhaps we are witnessing a cosmic interaction that is changing the way celestial bodies interact with each other, thus altering the very structure of the solar system. Earthquakes, movements of tectonic plates, could be just the beginning of something much bigger. What we do know is that as humans, we have always gazed at the sky with wonder and awe. Throughout our history, cosmic events have been seen as omens, harbingers of something greater. Perhaps today, we are witnessing a phenomenon that is not limited to space, but impacts our lives in unimaginable ways. The combination of solar activity, the 3I Atlas passage, and earthquakes could be just the beginning of a much larger revelation about the deep connections between Earth and the universe. It's a mystery that continues to unfold, and as we observe the 3I Atlas passage and solar disturbances, the question of the future remains uncertain. Are we witnessing a cosmic shift that will directly affect us, or will this simply be another chapter in Earth's story? We may never fully know, but what we do know is that we are participating in a unique event in the history of the universe. And, as we continue to search for answers, the cosmos moves on, leaving us small signs of something far greater than we could ever have imagined. As the 3I Atlas object approaches our solar system, interest in its potential influence on events on Earth continues to grow. Its trajectory through the vastness of space raises many questions about its potential impact on the planets it encounters. However, what intrigues scientists most is the apparent synchronization between its passage and the observed increase in seismic and solar activity. While the direct link remains a mystery, we cannot ignore the emerging patterns. The sun, the source of all the energy needed for life on Earth, has never been a simple radiant sphere in the sky. Every change in its activity has repercussions beyond what we perceive with the naked eye. Solar storms, once considered isolated and occasional phenomena, now seem synchronized with the seismic movements shaking the Earth. Each more intense solar storm seems to coincide with an increase in earthquakes, both in frequency and magnitude. Is this a mere coincidence? Or is there a larger phenomenon, a link between these phenomena? Considering the influence of 3I Atlas on all this, the question becomes even more intriguing. This interstellar object, as it passes through our cosmic neighborhood, could indirectly affect the balance of the solar system. Some scientists suggest that 3I Atlas's gravity could slightly alter the orbits of the planets in ways that are still undetermined. But what effects would this have on the Sun? Could it alter its behavior in such a way as to trigger more solar storms, thus amplifying the stresses on the Earth's crust. Earth's seismic activity, although normally associated with tectonic plates and geological movements, could benefit from an unexpected acceleration of these cosmic forces. Solar storms are already known for their ability to disrupt the Earth's magnetosphere, which acts as a protective shield against cosmic radiation. However, the influence of this magnetic disturbance on the Earth's crust, perhaps by altering the distribution of stresses between tectonic plates, has not yet been fully studied. Could solar energy, by interacting with the Earth's magnetic field, amplify our planet's internal stresses, thus causing an increase in seismic activity? The hypothesis of a link between the passage of 3I Atlas and solar storms and earthquakes is not new, but this theory is gaining popularity over time. The patterns observed in recent years suggest a broader phenomenon. Earthquakes, once considered simply the result of the Earth's internal dynamics, now appear to be part of a more complex web of cosmic events involving both the Sun and objects passing close to our solar system. If this is the case, the question of how the forces of the universe influence our planet becomes all the more urgent. Perhaps the key to understanding all of this lies in the idea that Earth is not isolated from the cosmic events happening around it. Rather than being a separate, autonomous world, our planet is, in a way, a cog in a much larger cosmic machine. The movements of the Sun, the trajectories of interstellar objects, and gravity itself, which affects planets, could all play a role in how Earth responds to internal forces. This interconnectedness could be the answer we seek, even if we may never fully understand it. It seems clear that we are entering a phase where cosmic forces are influencing Earth more directly than we imagined. Solar storms, the passage of 3I Atlas, and increased seismic activity are only part of this mystery that remains to be solved. If these phenomena are linked, how can we prepare for the changes that may occur? The Earth, although seemingly solid and stable, is actually a dynamic place where even the most invisible forces can trigger large-scale events. Are we witnessing a transformation in our understanding of our planet and its relationship to the cosmos? Science continues to advance, but there is still much to discover. The Sun, with its inexhaustible energy, remains a mystery in many ways. 3I Atlas, with its unknown origin and mysterious passage through the solar system, remains a sign that the universe still has secrets to reveal. Earthquakes, once simple witnesses to the Earth's instability, now seem part of a larger narrative, linked to the forces of space. Perhaps we are only at the beginning of an era in which the relationship between the cosmos and Earth will become more evident, more direct, and more astonishing than we ever imagined. With each passing day, we become increasingly aware that our understanding of the universe is evolving. The boundaries between what we once considered isolated events and what is happening in space are blurring. We are in a transitional period where science is beginning to unravel the connection between cosmic events and phenomena occurring on our planet. As the Sun continues its course, and 3I Atlas continues its journey toward us, we face the possibility of experiencing a moment in Earth's history that will transform our understanding of the world and the universe we live in. Fascination with cosmic phenomena, especially those that appear to have a direct impact on Earth, has never been greater. As space events unfold before our eyes, we find ourselves at a moment in history when science faces an unprecedented challenge. The passage of 3I Atlas, an object moving at astonishing speed through the solar system, appears to be the catalyst for a series of events we struggle to understand. Its proximity to Earth coincides with an increase in solar activity, whose storms appear to affect not only our atmosphere, but also deeper phenomena, such as earthquakes. The link between these events is difficult to establish clearly, but the temporal coincidence between the increase in solar storms and seismic activity continues to attract the attention of many scientists. Solar storms, which disrupt the Earth's magnetosphere, could affect the Earth's crust in unimaginable ways. The interaction of the solar wind with the magnetosphere has known effects, but its influence on the Earth's internal geological stresses remains to be discovered. It could be that the energy released by these storms amplifies the Earth's internal forces, accelerating seismic movements and releasing stresses that would otherwise have been released more gradually. But what is the sun's influence on all this? Solar flares are enormous releases of energy that affect not only the atmosphere, but also satellites and communications. The Earth's magnetosphere, which normally protects us from cosmic radiation, is disrupted by these charged particles. Increased solar activity is a recurring phenomenon, but how these storms might trigger earthquakes is still being researched. It could be that the energy generated by the sun interacts with Earth's magnetic systems, creating a kind of resonance that affects the Earth's crust. Is this a sign that the Earth is more connected to the cosmos than we imagine? In the meantime, the passage of 3I Atlas remains a mystery. This interstellar object, coming from beyond our solar system, is a visitor from deep space. Its gravitational influence could be strong enough to alter the orbits of other celestial bodies. Some theorists suggest that its passage could affect the Sun, causing it to increase its activity. Whether 3I Atlas has a direct impact on the Sun's behavior remains a mystery, but the coincidence between its passage and the intensification of solar activity seems too important to ignore. Regarding the relationship with earthquakes, there are more questions than answers. We know that the Earth's crust is made up of tectonic plates in constant motion. These movements are due to the tensions built up inside the Earth. However, is it possible that external energy, such as solar storms, or the gravitational influence of an object like 3I Atlas, interacts with these plates and alters their behavior? Studies on the impact of magnetic fluctuations on tectonic plates are still in their infancy, but some researchers believe that changes in the magnetic field could accelerate plate slippage and trigger earthquakes. As scientists explore these theories, the question becomes even more intriguing. If earthquakes are caused or amplified by cosmic factors, what are the implications for the future of Earth? Are we living in a time of profound change, where the forces of the universe have a direct impact on our daily lives? The passage of 3I Atlas, the intensity of the sun, and the increase in seismic activity could be signs of a more profound shift, one that could alter not only our understanding of space and Earth, but also our relationship with the cosmos. The possibility that cosmic forces are becoming more interconnected with our lives on Earth invites us to rethink our place in the universe. For centuries, we have viewed Earth as an independent place, with space events as distant and alien to our experience. However, it increasingly appears that everything is interconnected in ways we do not yet fully understand. Solar storms, interstellar objects, and seismic movements are just part of a much larger phenomenon, a web of cosmic events interacting with each other in ways we are only beginning to explore. As 3I Atlas continues its course and the sun continues its turbulence, questions continue to arise. Are we witnessing a cosmic shift that will alter Earth's history? Or are we simply observing a series of natural events that are part of a larger cycle? The answers to these questions are beyond our current understanding, but it is clear that we are witnessing a series of events that invite us to look beyond our planet and understand our connection to the universe in new ways. The mystery of Three-Eye Atlas and its potential influence on the solar system is only just beginning to be unraveled, but we may be on the verge of a discovery that will transform our understanding of the nature of the cosmos and Earth. Perhaps in the future, when we better understand these connections, we will realize that we have always been more connected to the universe than we imagined. However, for now, we remain witnesses to this great mystery, patiently waiting for the pieces of the puzzle to fall into place, perhaps revealing something far greater and deeper than anything we have ever imagined. As Earth continues its course, buffeted by seismic activity and the constant influence of cosmic events, a sense of uncertainty persists. The passage of Three-Eye Atlas through our solar system and the increasing intensity of the sun are not only changing the sky, but also challenging our perception of Earth's stability. Are we witnessing the beginning of a new cosmic era, where incomprehensible forces are beginning to have a direct impact on our life on the planet? The sun, with its inexhaustible energy, not only gives life, but can also be a destructive force. Solar storms, once considered isolated events, now appear to have a deeper connection to the seismic disturbances we experience. When a solar storm rages, charged particles propagate through space, disrupting Earth's magnetosphere, our natural defense against cosmic radiation. These disturbances, which once seemed a purely atmospheric phenomenon, now appear to be linked to movements in the Earth's crust, releasing tensions that cause earthquakes. However, the connection between these two forces, solar activity and Earth's tectonics, remains a mystery. Could magnetic fluctuations generated by the sun, amplified by the passage of Three-Eye Atlas, influence the Earth's crust? As Three-Eye Atlas approaches, the relationship between the object's gravity and Earth's magnetosphere becomes more intriguing. Its presence may be altering the dynamics of the solar system in ways that are still poorly understood, and its effects may be more profound than previously thought. The gravitational impact of Three-Eye Atlas could exert a slight pressure on the sun and nearby planets, altering their behavior. What if the acceleration of solar activity and the increase in seismic activity were due to a combination of cosmic factors? Fluctuations in the sun's magnetic field, the influence of interstellar objects like Three-Eye Atlas, and the interaction of all these forces with Earth could intertwine in unprecedented ways. In the context of earthquakes, this raises an even deeper question. Can these cosmic events have such a profound effect on the Earth's internal forces? The tectonic plates that form the Earth's crust are constantly moving due to internal pressure, but it could be that the magnetic interactions of the sun and objects like Three-Eye Atlas alter this pressure in ways that accelerate the process, causing a more abrupt and violent release of Earth's stresses. Earthquakes could then be the consequence not only of plate movements, but also of cosmic forces indirectly affecting the Earth. The most fascinating thing is that, despite our advanced understanding of physics and space, we continue to observe inexplicable phenomena. Cosmic forces that we once believed to be light years away from our everyday experience seem to be getting closer. The sun, with its burning energy, Three-Eye Atlas, with its mysterious passage through the solar system, and the earthquakes that shake us without warning, remind us that the universe exists not only around us, but is deeply connected to our own destiny. As 3I Atlas gets closer, questions about its impact on Earth become more pressing. Is this object just a visitor, or an agent of change, altering the balance of the solar system? Science is only beginning to explore the effects of interstellar objects on the behavior of planets, but we already know that the universe is full of surprises that are not always obvious to the naked eye. If 3I Atlas is indeed influencing the gravitational and magnetic forces that affect Earth, the consequences could be far greater than we can imagine. Are we facing an era of heightened vulnerability for Earth? Perhaps we are not just witnessing an isolated cosmic phenomenon, but rather a change that we are only just beginning to understand, but which could transform our understanding of the universe. The interaction of these cosmic events could shape the future of our planet in ways we are still trying to grasp. What is clear is that as 3I Atlas approaches and solar activity continues to intensify, we have an opportunity to re-examine our relationship with the cosmos. The questions raised by these events invite us not only to seek scientific answers, but also to reflect on our place in the universe. The Earth, though seemingly isolated, is deeply connected to the forces acting beyond our atmosphere. Perhaps this is the moment when humanity begins to realize that we are not as separate from the stars as previously thought. As we continue to watch and wait for the mysteries of the Sun and 3I Atlas to unfold, we realize that we are at the dawn of an era of unprecedented discovery. We may never fully understand the connections between these cosmic phenomena, but it is the uncertainty that makes this search so fascinating. Could it be that one day we will finally understand how the Sun, 3I Atlas, and Earth are intertwined in a cosmic web far more complex than we imagined? Only time will tell, but for now, we continue to watch in wonder, aware that we are witnessing something far greater than ourselves. The passage of 3I Atlas through the solar system remains one of the most extraordinary and puzzling events of our time. As this interstellar object draws closer, its potential influence on nearby celestial bodies, including our planet, fascinates astronomers and scientists. But the question is, what impact does this object have on Earth? And more importantly, could its presence be linked to the increased solar activity and frequency of earthquakes we are experiencing? As solar activity intensifies and solar storms become more frequent, questions about the interaction between the Sun, Earth, and 3I Atlas multiply. Solar storms, the enormous bursts of energy the Sun releases into space, have been studied for decades, but the current situation is different. In recent years, we've seen an increase in the intensity of these storms, and there's growing concern that they could affect more than just our technology. Could the energy released by the Sun in these storms alter Earth's internal systems from crust to core? Could the presence of 3I Atlas amplify these effects? The Earth's magnetosphere, the invisible layer that protects us from cosmic radiation, plays a crucial role in defending the planet against the effects of the solar wind. However, when the Sun emits a major solar storm, charged particles traveling through space can disrupt this protective layer. Under extreme conditions, such as those we are observing, this disruption of the magnetosphere could have unexpected consequences. The interaction of the Sun's energy with the Earth's magnetic field could affect not only our communication and electricity networks, but also the forces that govern the Earth's interior. It is possible that the increase in seismic activity, these more frequent and intense earthquakes, is a response to alterations in the Earth's magnetic field caused by the Sun. If solar energy somehow alters the stresses accumulated in the Earth's crust, it could contribute to the release of energy in the form of earthquakes. This theory is still under investigation, but the growing correlation between solar storms and earthquakes seems increasingly significant. This is where 3I Atlas comes in. This object, passing through the solar system at astonishing speeds, is hurtling through deep space toward the region near Earth. Although its size and gravity are not comparable to those of the planets, or even the Moon itself, its presence near our solar system could have a subtle effect on the behavior of the Sun and other nearby celestial bodies. Some astronomers suggest that the arrival of 3I Atlas could alter the gravitational interactions between the Sun and the planets, causing an increase in solar activity. It's important to remember that 3I Atlas isn't the only interstellar object to have visited our solar system, but it is one of the most remarkable. Its close passage to the Sun and its interaction with the planet's magnetic fields could trigger a series of events. As 3I Atlas gets closer, its presence could cause fluctuations in the solar system's gravitational field, altering the Sun's behavior and emissions, which could in turn accelerate solar storms and amplify their effects on Earth. The interaction between solar energy and the gravitational forces of objects like 3I Atlas remains a mystery, but we cannot ignore the possibility of a deeper connection than previously thought. This interstellar object may be just a hint of something much larger, a disruption in the cosmic balance that could affect the entire solar system in ways we don't yet understand. As earthquakes continue to occur, often coinciding with peaks in solar activity, the question inevitably arises: are we witnessing a unique cosmic phenomenon? Seismic activity and solar storms could be part of the same cosmic equation involving 3I Atlas, the Sun, and Earth. But we are still far from understanding how all these elements fit together. In the meantime, we remain observers of a cosmic spectacle unfolding before our eyes, awaiting answers that only time and scientific research can provide. What is certain is that the passage of 3I Atlas, combined with increased solar activity and earthquakes, is forcing us to rethink our beliefs about the relationship between Earth and the cosmos. For centuries, we have lived with the idea that Earth was a world apart, isolated in many ways from events in space. But increasingly, it seems that we are connected in ways far deeper than we ever imagined. This may remind us of our fragility in the face of cosmic forces, but also of our belonging to the larger structure of the universe. The Sun, 3I Atlas, and Earth are intertwined in a cosmic dance whose repercussions could alter the history of our planet in ways we are still trying to understand. The questions are vast, but the possibility that we are witnessing a cosmic shift affecting not only Earth, but the entire solar system, is more real than ever. And while the future remains uncertain, we know that we are living in a unique moment in human history, a time when the mysteries of the cosmos are beginning to reveal themselves to us. Meanwhile, the search for answers continues. Solar storms continue. 3I Atlas continues its journey, and earthquakes continue to shake the Earth. But beyond these uncontrolled forces, we are beginning to understand that the universe is far more connected than we thought. Perhaps in the end, this is not just a series of coincidences, but a series of events leading us to a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos. Will we be able to crack the code that connects these cosmic and natural phenomena? Or are we simply witnessing a spectacle whose implications we don't fully grasp? Only time and the hard work of scientists will tell. As this mystery unfolds before our eyes, we continue to observe, learn, and perhaps question more than ever what we truly know about the universe around us. As Earth continues to react to the forces of the cosmos, our understanding of what is really happening in deep space is increasingly being challenged. The passage of 3I Atlas, with its distant origin and trajectory through the solar system, has opened a window onto a universe of cosmic interactions previously thought to be foreign to our world. As solar storms intensify and earthquakes appear to be increasing in number and intensity, we appear to be entering a new era where events in the universe are more closely linked to Earth-based processes than we imagined. But what's really happening right now? Questions arise every moment. If solar storms disrupt Earth's magnetosphere and cause unexpected effects deep within the planet, could we be witnessing one of the greatest cosmic connections in history? And if 3I Atlas is indeed influencing the dynamics of the solar system, how is it possible that the gravitational forces it generates are transmitted through space, affecting every celestial body in its path, including Earth? Meanwhile, seismic activity on Earth continues to remind us that we are not as far removed from cosmic events as once thought. Earthquakes, traditionally considered geological phenomena, now appear to be synchronized with peaks in solar activity. The Sun, endowed with inexhaustible energy, continues to bombard our planet with charged particles during solar storms. Is it possible that these particles somehow interact with Earth's magnetic field, amplifying internal geological stresses? While this theory remains speculative, the increase in earthquakes coinciding with solar storms and the proximity of 3I Atlas highlight a connection worth exploring further. It could be that the gravity of 3I Atlas, by altering the orbits of nearby planets, affects the flow of energy in the solar system. This gravitational alteration, although minimal, could change the behavior of the Sun, leading to an increase in its activity. The Sun, thus affected, could produce more powerful solar storms, which, by interacting with the Earth's magnetosphere, amplify the internal tensions of our planet. It is as if everything is connected in a more complex and profound way than we could ever have imagined. The Sun, 3I Atlas, and Earth could be closely linked in a cosmic process that is only just beginning to reveal itself. Observing these phenomena raises questions about our existence and our connection to the universe. For centuries, we believed Earth to be an isolated place, governed by the laws of nature we know. But today, it seems we are witnessing the direct impact that cosmic events can have on our world, in ways we never imagined. Earth, our home, is not as separate from the universe as we once thought. We are part of a larger cosmic web, where the forces and events of space are not merely distant observers, but actively participate in shaping our reality. The passage of 3I Atlas reminds us that, in the grand scheme of the universe, we are but a small piece of a much larger cosmic puzzle. Solar earthquakes and storms are manifestations of these cosmic forces around us, and our existence is intricately connected to them in ways we do not yet fully understand. The universe, with its vastness, is far more complex and dynamic than we imagine. As the Sun continues its cycle of activity and 3I Atlas approaches, we are faced with the possibility that these cosmic events are not mere coincidences, but part of a larger cosmic cycle, one that may have more profound implications for the future of Earth. Human curiosity drives us to continue our research, How does the Sun actually influence Earth? How does 3i Atlas influence our orbit and the dynamics of the solar system? Could understanding these cosmic connections help us better understand our planet and its place in the vast universe? While the answers still elude us, we know that each new discovery brings us closer to understanding the intrinsic connections between the universe, the Sun, objects like 3i Atlas, and Earth. The question is whether we will ever fully understand these interconnections and their impact on our daily lives. In the meantime, we continue to observe the skies with a mixture of wonder and caution. The passage of 3i Atlas and the solar storms that affect us are just a tiny part of a much larger cosmic phenomenon. As the universe reveals its secrets, we may discover that the cosmos is not a distant place, but a living web that involves us all. The Earth, like the Sun, 3i Atlas, and the rest of the planets, is just one piece of this great cosmic puzzle. As scientists continue their work to unravel the connections between these phenomena, we realize that we are witnessing a unique chapter in human history. It is the moment when cosmic forces are intertwining with our existence, pushing us to understand our place in the universe, and perhaps inviting us to recognize that we are more involved in this great cosmic theater than we thought. The mystery remains, but what is clear is that as we continue to observe the skies and explore the limits of knowledge, the universe invites us to understand ourselves, not just as inhabitants of a small planet, but as beings who are part of a vast and dynamic cosmos. As the days pass and 3i Atlas draws closer, the wonder of the magnitude of what is happening around us intensifies. Although we are still far from fully understanding how cosmic forces interact with our planet, one thing is certain: Earth is not isolated. It is not separate from the events unfolding in the vast space around it. And what appears to be happening right now is only a brief glimpse of how the forces of the universe directly influence the destiny of our world. The Sun, with its inexhaustible energy, continues to send out solar bursts that shake the Earth's magnetosphere. In what we once considered isolated phenomena, experts are now discovering unusual patterns between solar activity and earthquakes. What seemed to be simply a natural cycle of the Sun, with its cycles of solar activity, is now being re-examined in light of what is happening on our planet. Is it possible that the Sun, with its boundless energy, not only gives us life, but can also trigger seismic events, altering the stability of the Earth? Could the influence of 3i Atlas, with its increasing proximity, affect the Sun's behavior in ways we never anticipated? At the same time, earthquakes that we once considered natural events, triggered by the Earth's internal activity, now appear to be linked to a range of cosmic factors beyond imagining. Fluctuations in the Earth's magnetic field, caused by solar storms, could amplify tectonic stresses in ways we never anticipated. The increased intensity and frequency of earthquakes could indicate that cosmic forces, which we thought only influenced deep space, are having a more direct impact on us than we imagined. And here arises the fundamental question: are we ready to understand the extent of cosmic influence on Earth? Throughout history, we have believed that Earth is a self-contained system, relatively independent of what happens beyond our atmosphere. But recent events show us that this view is limited. We are beginning to realize that objects and phenomena occurring in the cosmos have a far more tangible effect on our planet than we previously thought. The arrival of 3i Atlas and its potential influence on the Sun and Earth are just the beginning of a series of revelations that will transform our understanding of the universe. What's even more intriguing is that we're only at the beginning of this exploration. If 3I Atlas can influence the solar system's gravity and alter solar activity, what other connections between cosmic events and terrestrial phenomena will we discover in the future? We may be witnessing a paradigm shift in how humans perceive their relationship with the cosmos. As we delve deeper into this mystery, we realize that we are not just witnessing a rare phenomenon, but that we are on the verge of a transformation in our understanding of the connections between space events and Earth's seismic movements. Increasingly, the idea that we are passive observers of the cosmos seems obsolete. Rather than being mere spectators, we appear to be actively participating in a web of cosmic interactions we hadn't anticipated. Objects like 3I Atlas, once mere scientific curiosities, are now playing a crucial role in redefining our understanding of the universe. And the sun, the energetic giant that has always been the engine of life on Earth, may well hold the key to understanding the seismic shifts we are witnessing. Every earthquake on Earth could remind us of our deep connection with the cosmos. While the movements of tectonic plates are a well-known phenomenon, the possibility that external events such as solar storms and the passage of interstellar objects like 3I Atlas could influence these movements is a concept we are only beginning to explore. Increased solar activity and the earthquakes that accompany it could be the first signs of a much more complex relationship between space and Earth. As we continue to observe the sky, a sense of anticipation fills us. What will we discover as we delve deeper into this cosmic connection? Will a better understanding of these phenomena allow us to predict the Earth's next movements? Or conversely, are we facing a change so vast and unexpected that our predictions will become obsolete? What is clear is that we are living in an unprecedented moment of discovery. The answers are still beyond our grasp, but what we do know is that we are living in a time when the cosmos and Earth are more interconnected than we ever imagined. As 3I Atlas continues its journey and the sun cycles through its activity, questions persist. But each one brings us closer to understanding how this vast universe, with its unseen forces and profound mysteries, might influence our daily lives in ways we could never have imagined. As we look to the future, we can only continue to explore, observe, and learn. For in seeking answers to these cosmic mysteries, we may discover something far greater, our connection to the universe, a connection we are only just beginning to understand. And in the meantime, we continue to gaze at the sky, hoping that one day we will understand the role Earth and human beings play in the magnificent mosaic of the cosmos. 3I Atlas's passage through the solar system continues to raise a seemingly endless series of questions. As science advances, new theories emerge about how this interstellar object might alter the dynamics of the solar system, including its influence on Earth's activity. As the object moves closer, the idea that cosmic events have a direct impact on natural phenomena on our planet gains momentum. What once seemed like an isolated event is now part of a complex web of cosmic interactions affecting Earth in unimaginable ways. The presence of 3I Atlas could have a direct effect on the sun, affecting its activity in ways that are still poorly understood. As this object moves through the solar system, its gravity could alter the orbits of the planets and potentially influence the behavior of our star. Given that the sun is the source of most of the energy reaching Earth, any changes in its behavior could have profound consequences, not only on the atmosphere, but also on the planet's internal dynamics. Solar storms, which once only affected technology and communications, now appear to be triggering more intense seismic events. Interactions between the solar wind and Earth's magnetosphere could amplify stresses in the Earth's crust, leading to an increase in the number of earthquakes. If this relationship holds, we would be witnessing a completely new scientific phenomenon. External cosmic forces are influencing Earth's internal processes in a direct and perceptible way. This raises the question of our preparedness for these changes. Earthquakes and solar storms are events that we have so far considered separate phenomena. However, if solar storms and the influence of objects like 3I Atlas are indeed altering the Earth's internal dynamics, what other unknown effects might await us in the near future? Earthquakes may not only be the result of tectonic movements, but a direct response to cosmic forces altering the Earth's stability. In this case, we should not only learn to live with these phenomena, but also rethink our relationship with space and how cosmic events beyond the atmosphere affect our daily lives. As 3I Atlas approaches, uncertainty about the future continues to grow. Despite impressive advances, science still has much to discover about the interaction of cosmic forces with Earth. Despite the incredible amount of data and observations available, the events we are witnessing seem beyond our control and understanding. Yet it is precisely this uncertainty that motivates scientific research, pushing astronomers, geophysicists, and other experts to challenge our knowledge and explore new possibilities. What is clear is that we are witnessing a unique phenomenon. Seismic movements and solar storms are not mere coincidences. There is a relationship, a deeper connection between space and Earth, beyond what we had imagined. The presence of 3I Atlas, increased solar activity, and earthquakes on Earth are signs that we are on the cusp of a major shift in our understanding of the universe. Each of these events is a piece of a larger cosmic puzzle, inviting us to rethink our perception of the world and the space we inhabit. But beyond science, what's happening invites us to reflect on our place in the universe. While we've always viewed Earth as an isolated place, it's becoming increasingly clear that we're more connected to the cosmos than we realize. Cosmic events aren't just distant happenings. They directly influence our existence and our understanding of the world. Perhaps this is a sign that it's time for us, as humanity, to change our view of the universe and our relationship with it. The story of 3I Atlas, solar storms, and earthquakes is just the beginning of a much larger mystery that we are still trying to unravel. Science continues to advance, and the more we discover, the more questions arise. Each discovery brings us closer to a new understanding of the interconnectedness of space and Earth, but it also reminds us of our insignificance in the face of the vastness of the cosmos. What the future holds is uncertain, but what is clear is that we are witnessing an evolution in our understanding of the very nature of the universe. The forces at work in space, once thought to be limited to distant stars and planets, now appear to be affecting the very stability of Earth. This is just the beginning of a series of revelations that could revolutionize our understanding of science, nature, and our existence. As 3I Atlas continues its course, and the Sun continues its cycle of activity, the mystery persists. But what we do know is that we are at the dawn of a new chapter in human history, a chapter in which our interactions with the universe become deeper and more meaningful. And, like the scientists who explore these phenomena, we remain implicated in this great cosmic mystery, waiting for the answers to finally come to us, revealing a universe far more complex than we could ever have imagined. As we delve deeper into this cosmic mystery, the questions multiply. If solar activity, amplified by the presence of 3I Atlas, influences the Earth's seismic movements, what are the implications for our future? Earthquakes, phenomena that have marked the history of our civilization, could have a deeper cause and be more closely linked to space than previously thought. The idea that cosmic forces, such as the solar wind and the influence of interstellar objects, can affect the Earth's crust is a revolutionary concept that propels science to new horizons. Let's imagine for a moment that seismic activity is not only the result of Earth's internal tectonic movements, but also a reflection of cosmic disturbances originating beyond our atmosphere. The Sun, with its constant energy, and the interstellar object 3I Atlas, with its immense journey through the solar system, could challenge our understanding of Earth's dynamics. Are we living in a time when what happens in space has a direct influence on the stability of our planet? And if so, how can we prepare for the changes to come? The role of 3I Atlas in all this remains a mystery, but its proximity to the solar system could lead to alterations in the Sun's behavior, affecting its activity cycle, and consequently, the solar storms that impact our atmosphere. These storms, once considered isolated events, now appear increasingly correlated with Earth's seismic activity. Is 3I Atlas's gravity interfering with the Sun's orbit, creating the ideal conditions for increased solar activity? The forces that govern the behavior of the solar system are more interconnected than previously imagined, and this may remind us that Earth is just one element of a much larger and more complex system. What we do know for sure is that we are on the verge of better understanding the impact of cosmic events on life on Earth. Solar storms, previously considered phenomena affecting only technology and communications, could have far more profound effects on the planet. The interaction of charged particles from the Sun with the magnetosphere could trigger a series of chain reactions, altering the stability of the Earth. The idea that these phenomena are linked to seismic activity forces us to reconsider our view of the relationship between Earth and space. Is it possible that as 3I Atlas approaches, the gravitational disturbances it causes will have a direct effect on Earth's seismic dynamics? If this interstellar object disrupts the balance of the solar system, its effects could exceed our predictions. As scientists continue to study these events, answers become increasingly difficult to find, but the certainty that we are witnessing a unique phenomenon is growing. The interaction between the Sun, 3I Atlas, and Earth could be one of the keys to understanding the complexity of the universe and our relationship with it. Every earthquake, every solar storm that shakes our atmosphere, reminds us of the fragility of our existence. Although the Earth appears solid and stable from the surface, beneath it, cosmic forces are constantly disrupting its equilibrium. What we once considered isolated phenomena, such as earthquakes and solar storms, now seem to be intertwined with a larger web of cosmic interactions. And if this pattern holds true, the consequences of these phenomena could be far greater than we thought. The question that persists, however, is whether we truly understand the magnitude of what is happening. Are we only seeing the first signs of a transformation that will profoundly affect Earth? Or are we witnessing a cosmic cycle that has been unfolding for millennia and that we are now beginning to recognize? Science continues to search for answers, but it is clear that we are at the dawn of a new chapter in our understanding of the universe and our place in it. Now, as 3I Atlas draws closer and solar activity continues to increase, a deeper question arises. How will we adapt to the revelation that we are not separate from cosmic events, but rather an integral part of them? The future of humanity and of the planet as a whole may be tied not so much to what happens inside the Earth, but to what happens beyond our atmosphere in the vast unexplored cosmos. Earthquakes, solar storms, and the passage of 3I Atlas are just the first echoes of a great mystery that continues to unfold. As this mystery unfolds before us, we realize that Earth is but a small piece in a much larger cosmic machine. What is happening now may be only the beginning of a series of discoveries that will forever change our view of the world and the universe. And as the pieces of the puzzle come together, the only certainty is that the mystery is far from solved, and that our curiosity will continue to guide us in the search for answers beyond the imaginable. The future is uncertain, but it is also full of the promise of discovery. Perhaps we will finally discover that our connection to the cosmos is far deeper than we imagined. And this discovery could provide us not only with answers to the events we are currently witnessing, but also a new vision of our existence in a vast, complex, and mysterious universe, where every star, every planet, and every cosmic object plays a role in the history of life on Earth. With each passing day, as 3I Atlas approaches our cosmic region, questions about the nature of the interaction between this interstellar object, the Sun and Earth, grow in importance. We increasingly realize that the forces that govern the cosmos are not only distant, but that they also influence our daily lives in subtle but powerful ways. The Sun, with its unpredictable activity, and the passage of objects like 3I Atlas through the solar system, seem inseparable from a cosmic dance that challenges our understanding of reality. Solar storms, bursts of energy ejected from the Sun into space, appear not only to disrupt the communications and technologies we rely on, but also to affect Earth's internal systems in complex ways. The solar wind, colliding with Earth's magnetosphere, could alter the stresses on tectonic plates, releasing energy that triggers earthquakes. But this raises a deeper question. Do we truly understand how these cosmic forces combine to influence seismic activity? Are we witnessing an unsuspected link between movements in space and events unfolding beneath our feet? At the same time, the gravity of 3I Atlas, although distant, could cause subtle alterations in the gravity of the solar system, affecting the Sun's orbit and the internal dynamics of the Earth. Is this object a key piece in the grand puzzle of how the forces of the universe interact with our planet? If 3I Atlas is changing the gravitational configuration of the solar system, we could be living in a time when the influence of celestial bodies becomes greater than ever, altering the Sun's activity and thus amplifying disturbances in the Earth's crust. This phenomenon of cosmic interactions affecting Earth is not new. We have always been aware of the Sun's influence on life on Earth, from the seasons to the weather, but we had never considered the possibility that solar storms could trigger a series of seismic events. If the magnetic forces generated by the Sun can alter Earth's magnetic field, they may also be able to influence the stresses within the Earth's crust. We may be beginning to understand how Earth's magnetosphere, when altered by solar storms, could contribute to the increase in seismic activity we are witnessing. As 3i Atlas approaches, questions about the interconnectedness of cosmic phenomena and terrestrial events continue to mount. Could it be that increased seismic activity, combined with more intense solar storms, is part of a larger cosmic cycle? A process in which objects like 3i Atlas play a crucial role. If the gravitational and magnetic disturbances produced by this object can trigger a series of reactions affecting both the Sun and Earth, then the link between solar activity and earthquakes could be deeper and more significant than we imagined. The passage of 3i Atlas, although still in its early stages of rapprochement, could be only the beginning of a larger cosmic cycle. What will this mean for the future of the solar system and Earth? If this object's influence interferes with the dynamics of nearby celestial bodies, we could witness the beginning of a series of changes that would disrupt the stability we take for granted. Cosmic forces could act in concert, influencing the path of the Sun, changing the behavior of Earth, and propelling our understanding of space and time to a new level. Although we cannot predict the exact details of these changes, it is clear that we are living in an age of unprecedented discovery. The forces at work in the universe are far more interconnected than previously thought, and Earth is deeply embedded in this cosmic mosaic. Every solar storm, every magnetic fluctuation, every earthquake reminds us that we are part of a much larger system, one that continues to evolve and expand beyond our ability to fully understand. The relationship between the Sun, 3i Atlas, and Earth could hold the key to a better understanding of how cosmic forces work and how they impact our lives on the planet. Perhaps in the near future, we will be able to predict how objects passing close to our solar system, such as 3i Atlas, influence seismic activity, the Sun's temperature, and weather conditions. Or perhaps it is simply one phase of a much larger cosmic cycle, a cycle that continues to unfold as we discover new ways to observe and understand space. The universe is vast, mysterious, and full of wonders we have yet to unravel. But it's clear that each discovery brings us closer to understanding our place in this vast cosmic landscape. The Sun, 3i Atlas, Earth, and all the elements that connect them form a larger web. A web that's constantly evolving, inviting us to explore, question, and learn. Ultimately, the lessons learned from this process could transform not only science, but also our view of the universe and our place in it. As we continue to observe these cosmic phenomena, we must remember that we are not merely passive observers. We are active participants in a cosmic process that transcends the boundaries of what is known. And as we approach these moments of revelation, we realize that the answers to the great questions about the cosmos are closer than we ever imagined. What is happening in space and on Earth is simply one manifestation of a far more interconnected and dynamic universe, whose mystery continues to stretch out before us, waiting to be understood. As we continue to observe the approach of 3i Atlas and the growing impact of solar activity on our planet, the sense that we are living in a time of cosmic revelation intensifies. Events once isolated and studied separately now appear indisputably interconnected, suggesting that larger, more complex forces are at work affecting Earth's stability. Solar storms, once considered isolated weather phenomena, are showing their direct impact not only on technology and communications, but also on Earth's internal dynamics. And as 3i Atlas continues its course, a new question arises. How can an interstellar object influence our planet's seismic activity? The answer, though elusive, may lie in the invisible connection between the Sun, interstellar objects like 3I Atlas, and Earth itself. Over the centuries, we have observed stars and cosmic phenomena with wonder, but today we are discovering that these events are not simply distant and alien to our experience. On the contrary, we are beginning to understand that the Sun and other bodies in the solar system are deeply connected to the seismic movements that shake Earth. Solar storms, by disrupting our magnetosphere, could trigger terrestrial processes that in turn cause earthquakes. What until now appeared to be an isolated geological phenomenon controlled by the Earth's tectonic plates could be affected by external forces on a scale we had never considered. Fluctuations in the Earth's magnetic field, induced by the solar wind, could amplify the internal stresses of the tectonic plates, causing an increased release of seismic energy. It is as if the Sun, by interacting with the Earth's atmosphere and magnetosphere, could trigger a series of events affecting the subterranean structures of our planet. If this is true, 3I Atlas could play a key role in this process. Although its gravity is not comparable to that of the planets or even the Moon, its influence, however subtle, could alter the dynamic balance of the solar system. Its passage through near space could alter the orbits of other celestial bodies, thus changing the distribution of energy in the solar system, including solar activity. This type of influence could ultimately amplify the intensity of solar storms, which in turn could affect the behavior of Earth. But if seismic activity is influenced by the Sun and objects like 3I Atlas, this could change our perception of natural phenomena. Earthquakes would no longer be perceived solely as a consequence of the Earth's internal movements, but as part of a cosmic web of interactions between the Sun, interstellar objects, and our own atmosphere. In this case, earthquakes would be just one aspect of a much larger and more complex phenomenon, a manifestation of the influence of the cosmic forces that govern the universe. As we continue to observe the trajectory of 3I Atlas and solar fluctuations, we realize that we are witnessing a historic moment for science. What was once considered an isolated area of solar physics or terrestrial geology now appears to be part of a larger cosmic puzzle. The way objects and forces in the universe interact with our planet is changing our fundamental understanding of nature. What we have learned so far is only the beginning, and most importantly, we are beginning to understand that Earth, as we know it, is not just an independent planet, but an actor within a much larger cosmic system, where everything is interconnected. The forces that govern space and the solar system directly influence our daily lives. We are seeing how events beyond our atmosphere have a tangible impact on the planet, from solar storms to the appearance of objects like 3I Atlas, which alter the stability of the entire system. This understanding invites us to look to the future with a new perspective. The answers to the cosmic mysteries that surround us may be closer than we think, but it will likely take time to fully understand them. Each discovery brings us closer to a deeper understanding of how the universe works and how our existence is connected to a cosmic web of influences larger than ourselves. As 3I Atlas continues its journey into the solar system and the Sun continues its cycle of activity, the questions that arise are not just scientific. They force us to question our own existence and our place in the universe. Are we witnessing a paradigm shift in our relationship with the cosmos? Will we be able to understand how cosmic forces influence our daily lives? One thing is certain. We are beginning to discover that the answers lie far beyond our imagination, and perhaps with each new discovery, we will come a little closer to understanding what is happening, not only on Earth, but throughout the universe. As the pieces of this cosmic puzzle come together, we continue to watch, hoping that one day the mysteries of the Sun, Three-Eye Atlas, and Earth will be revealed to us. Not as isolated phenomena, but as elements of a much larger whole, where the connection between Earth and the cosmos is deeper than we could ever have imagined. The enigma of how cosmic events impact Earth continues to unfold before our eyes, and each new discovery seems to open up more insights than we ever imagined. What were once seen as isolated phenomena are now intertwined in a web of cosmic interactions that could have far greater repercussions than we imagined. With the passage of Three-Eye Atlas through the solar system, the influence of the Sun and solar storms on our magnetosphere, and increased seismic activity on Earth, we are beginning to glimpse a much deeper connection between what is happening in the cosmos and the natural phenomena that directly affect our planet. At first glance, the links between these events may have seemed coincidental, but with the intensification of solar activity and the increasing frequency of earthquakes, questions arise. What is the true connection between the Sun, interstellar objects like Three-Eye Atlas, and Earth's seismic activity? Could disturbances in Earth's magnetic field, caused by solar storms, trigger a series of internal effects that cause earthquakes? And if Three-Eye Atlas, as it passes through the solar system, alters the Sun's gravitational configuration and the distribution of energy within the system, could this amplify the intensity of solar storms, thus aggravating tensions in the Earth's crust? By better understanding how these cosmic forces interact, we may discover a new aspect of planetary physics. Magnetic fluctuations produced by solar storms when they interact with Earth could indirectly affect the stability of tectonic plates. Although earthquakes have historically been explained as the result of internal geological interactions, the possibility that external forces, such as solar emissions and the influence of interstellar objects, could amplify these stresses is prompting science to re-examine the causes of seismic activity. Beyond Earth's atmosphere, the passage of Three-Eye Atlas is thought-provoking. What does the arrival of such a close interstellar object mean for our solar system? If this object, passing close to the solar system, alters its gravitational dynamics, how might this influence the behavior of the Sun, Earth, and surrounding planets? Perhaps we are observing the beginning of a cosmic cycle far larger than we ever imagined, one that goes beyond solar fluctuations and simple gravitational interactions. If Three-Eye Atlas plays a role in altering solar configurations and seismic activity on Earth, then we are witnessing a manifestation of the unsuspected impact of cosmic events on our existence. The fundamental question is, are we prepared for the implications of these discoveries? If cosmic phenomena directly influence the Earth, our predictions about natural events, such as earthquakes, solar storms, and other planetary phenomena, could be altered. Our understanding of the relationship between space and Earth will need to be completely revised, because if external forces alter the stability of our planet, it is not just a matter of adapting to a dynamic system, but also of understanding our vulnerability and the effects these cosmic changes could have in the future. The most disconcerting thing about all this is that we remain observers of a cosmic process beyond our control. Despite scientific and technological advances, we are about to discover that our understanding of the cosmos and the Earth itself is only superficial. The Sun, with its infinite energy, seems to act as a catalyst for a process that affects not only the atmosphere but Also the Earth's internal tectonic forces. 3i Atlas, by the way, reveals new complexities in the interaction between space and Earth, highlighting the fact that we are not as isolated as previously thought. This discovery raises even more questions. If these cosmic events are so closely linked to terrestrial processes, how does this change our view of Earth's future? Earthquakes, solar storms, and even climate change could result not just from local factors, but from a web of cosmic influences that extends throughout the universe. As 3i Atlas moves through the solar system, we risk seeing our understanding of the world and the universe change forever. We are no longer mere observers of a distant universe, but actors in a larger cosmic interaction that influences our destiny. As we continue to observe these phenomena, questions arise. What will be the next step in this cosmic process? How will we respond to these changes as they become clearer? The answers remain unclear, but science continues to advance. Each discovery, each new piece of the puzzle, brings us closer to understanding the influence of cosmic forces on our lives. In the coming years, as 3i Atlas continues its journey, and solar storms continue to influence Earth's magnetosphere, our relationship with the universe will be redefined. Meanwhile, the mystery persists, and the sense of being on the cusp of something greater intensifies. The Earth, the Sun, and 3i Atlas are just a few of the players in a grand cosmic drama that we are beginning to unravel. Will this cycle of discovery usher in a new era of understanding the universe? Will we be able to discern the connection between all the cosmic phenomena that affect our world and understand our role in this complex structure of the cosmos? The answers will continue to arrive, though probably more slowly than we would like. In the meantime, we continue to watch in wonder, aware that what is happening in space and on Earth not only affects us, but also invites us to rethink our existence, our role in the universe, and our connection to everything around us. The universe continues on its course, and we continue to witness a cosmic revelation that is far from complete. As 3i Atlas approaches the solar system, the sense of living through a pivotal moment in human history becomes increasingly palpable. Every day, new observations and discoveries bring us closer to a deeper understanding of the influence of cosmic events on our world. If ever we were aware of our vulnerability, it is now as we begin to understand that Earth, though seemingly stable, is constantly affected by forces beyond our comprehension. The interaction between the Sun and Earth, amplified by increased solar activity, and the arrival of objects like 3i Atlas, is forcing us to reconsider our fundamental beliefs about the nature of seismic events, solar phenomena, and ultimately, our place in the universe. For centuries, earthquakes were considered the result of Earth's internal forces, but the growing overlap between solar storms and earthquakes leads us to wonder whether cosmic activity plays a much larger role than previously thought. It is possible that solar storms, by interacting with the Earth's magnetosphere, cause a series of secondary effects affecting not only communications or satellites, but also the internal structures of our planet. If magnetic disturbances caused by the solar wind alter the balance of tectonic plates, this could lead to an increase in the release of seismic energy. But how far does this connection go? Are we witnessing a cosmic cycle of interaction between the Sun, 3i Atlas, and Earth, which we have not yet fully understood? As 3i Atlas approaches, questions about its influence intensify. Could this interstellar object, as it passes close to the solar system, alter the system's gravitational dynamics and consequently influence the Sun's behavior. 3I Atlas's gravity could alter the orbits of nearby planets, which could indirectly impact solar activity. If confirmed, the combination of 3I Atlas's gravitational influence and increased solar activity could be the key to understanding how these earthquakes are triggered. What's even more fascinating is that by studying these phenomena, scientists are discovering a web of cosmic interactions connecting every aspect of nature, from stars to Earth's tectonic plates. What once seemed like an isolated space event or a unique geological phenomenon now appears deeply connected to cosmic movements occurring beyond Earth's atmosphere. The forces at work in space not only affect stars and planets, but are also linked to Earth's internal activity in ways we hadn't imagined. This discovery, while intriguing, also raises even deeper questions about Earth's future. If solar activity and the passage of interstellar objects like 3I Atlas are indeed changing the behavior of Earth's crust, how will we prepare for what lies ahead? If earthquakes are partly a response to these cosmic influences, are we witnessing an era of heightened vulnerability for our planet? What other, as yet unknown, cosmic events might influence Earth? It is clear that we can no longer view Earth as an isolated planet, functioning independently of what is happening in space. Objects passing through our solar system, such as 3I Atlas, and phenomena such as solar storms, demonstrate that Earth is deeply connected to the universe. Each of these cosmic events has a direct impact on our lives, and understanding these interactions will allow us to better anticipate future changes. As science progresses, new theories and discoveries emerge, allowing us to better understand the interconnections between the universe and Earth. The next stage of scientific exploration may not only focus on deep space, but also on how events occurring billions of kilometers away are closely linked to the activity on our planet. We are beginning to understand that the Sun, 3I Atlas, and Earth are not separate entities, but rather part of an ever-evolving cosmic system, where each element has a direct impact on the others. The mystery remains, but we are closer than ever to understanding how the forces of the cosmos affect our daily lives. With every solar storm hitting Earth, every earthquake shaking the Earth's crust, we may be witnessing the effects of a deeper set of cosmic interactions beyond our current understanding. As 3I Atlas approaches and the Sun continues its cycle of activity, we are facing the reality. The universe is far more dynamic and connected than previously thought. Meanwhile, we continue to watch the skies, waiting for the answers we seek to slowly reveal themselves. Each discovery brings us closer to understanding the connections between the universe and Earth. And while the answers may remain elusive, what we know for sure is that we are living in an era of unprecedented discovery, an era where science and human curiosity are driving us to explore the deepest mysteries of the cosmos. As the pieces of this cosmic puzzle come together, we may finally be able to understand our place in the vast universe and the cosmic forces that connect us to it. With each passing day, as solar storms continue their course, and the passage of 3I Atlas brings us closer to a renewed understanding of the nature of the cosmos, the questions pile up in more complex ways. Each cosmic event, each variation in solar activity, and each seismic tremor seem to be only the first signs of a much larger pattern, a pattern that compels us to look beyond Earth and consider how the most distant, seemingly isolated events in the universe can influence what is happening here at home. It is becoming increasingly clear that the universe is not just a place of isolated phenomena, but an interconnected system where every force, every movement of celestial bodies can potentially alter the balance of the planets that compose it. 3i Atlas, coming from the depths of interstellar space, is not just a distant visitor, but a reminder that everything that happens in the universe is intrinsically linked. The Sun, as Earth's primary energy source, is the key to this connection. Its activity not only illuminates us and gives us life, but also has the power to alter the conditions of our planet in ways we are still trying to understand. The idea that solar storms could influence Earth's seismic activity challenges everything we know about geology and plate tectonics. For a long time, we believed that earthquakes were simply the result of the planet's internal forces, a consequence of pressure building up in the Earth's crust. But now, with increasing solar activity, a new possibility presents itself. Cosmic forces emanating from the Sun could amplify these stresses, accelerating the energy release process. If this were true, we would see the Earth reacting not only to its own internal processes, but also to forces from space. The relationship between earthquakes and solar activity, while still under study, is beginning to emerge as a cosmic phenomenon far more complex than previously imagined. The influence of solar storms on the Earth's magnetosphere is not new, but their ability to affect the Earth's crust is a theory that is gaining ground. If the Sun, by releasing charged particles during its eruptions, can alter the Earth's magnetic structure, is it possible that this interaction is the source of the stresses ultimately released in the form of earthquakes? This is where 3i Atlas plays a fascinating role. As it passes through the solar system, this interstellar object could exert a gravitational influence on the Sun and nearby planets. Although its mass is not comparable to that of the planets in the solar system, the possibility that 3i Atlas could alter the gravitational forces affecting Earth is one of the most intriguing questions. The gravity of this object could alter the dynamics of celestial bodies in the solar system, even affecting the distribution of solar energy. This could indirectly contribute to an increase in the intensity of solar storms, which in turn would amplify tectonic stresses on Earth. This is a cosmic cycle whose magnitude we are only just beginning to understand. The possibility that events as distant as the passage of an interstellar object could influence the forces that govern seismic activity on Earth is a concept that overturns the rules of planetary science. For a long time, we considered the Earth to be a closed system, governed by the laws of physics and geology. However, we are now discovering that, in reality, our existence is deeply connected to cosmic forces acting far beyond our atmosphere. As we continue to observe the Sun's behavior, solar storms, and the passage of 3i Atlas, we are seeing a new understanding of the nature of cosmic reality. Earth is not an isolated point in the universe. It is a dynamic element of a much larger and more complex system, where external forces, such as solar fluxes and the gravitational influence of interstellar objects, play a crucial role in shaping the events we experience. The relationship between these cosmic phenomena not only opens up new fields of research, but also leads humanity to rethink its place in the universe. If, as it seems, everything is interconnected, what does this mean for the future of Earth and humanity? As we continue to explore the frontiers of space and our own understanding, we face the possibility of living through a historical moment in which new horizons of knowledge, new challenges, and new opportunities are opening up. The answers to these questions remain to be seen, but it is undeniable that we are on the cusp of a discovery that could transform our understanding of the world and the universe. Every day, as we observe solar activity, seismic movements, and the passage of 3I Atlas, we realize that the mystery of the impact of cosmic events on Earth invites us not only to scan the sky, but also to rethink our relationship with the universe. In doing so, we may discover that our existence is far more connected to the stars than we imagined. We are at the beginning of a new era of exploration and discovery, an era that explores not only what happens on Earth, but also our connection to everything in the cosmos. Understanding this interconnectedness is the first step toward a new vision of humanity and our existence in the vast universe around us. And while answers remain elusive, each new discovery brings us closer to understanding the role we all play in this great cosmic mosaic. As we better understand the influence of cosmic events on Earth, the interdependence of space phenomena and terrestrial activity becomes more evident. As the passage of 3I Atlas through the solar system and the increase in solar activity continue to punctuate this new era of discovery, each passing day seems to bring us more answers, but also more questions. Earthquakes, those seismic events that we previously considered to be the result of internal tectonic forces, could be accelerated by a cosmic interaction of forces far greater than our own. As science progresses and observations of the behavior of the Sun and 3I Atlas deepen, a clearer link between solar activity and seismic movements is emerging. While this correlation is still controversial, the patterns seem increasingly evident. When solar activity increases, earthquakes seem to follow, as if the energy released by the Sun has more profound effects on Earth than previously thought. Researchers are currently investigating how charged particles emitted by the Sun during its solar storms can disrupt not only communications and technology, but also the Earth's magnetic system, potentially triggering seismic events. The interactions between the solar wind and the Earth's magnetosphere are well-known phenomena, but the idea that these interactions can influence geological stresses is a theory that is only just beginning to gain ground. Solar energy affecting the Earth's magnetic field could generate pressure waves that travel through the Earth's crust, thus affecting the dynamics of tectonic plates. If this is true, then earthquakes may not simply be the result of internal stresses accumulated over centuries, but also a response to energies reaching us from space. This concept, while still theoretical, could open a new avenue in the understanding of seismic phenomena. As 3I Atlas approaches, another factor to consider is the possibility that this object's gravity could affect the trajectories of other celestial bodies, including the Sun. If 3I Atlas alters the gravitational configuration of the solar system, its influence on the Sun could lead to increased solar activity, which would have a direct impact on Earth. As this object's gravity alters the Sun's behavior, the cycle of solar storms could intensify, and their consequences could be even more dramatic for our atmosphere and Earth's crust. By observing these cosmic phenomena, we realize that the Sun and 3I Atlas are intricately linked in a much larger cosmic cycle that affects us in ways that are still poorly understood. The Sun, with its blazing energy, remains the primary driver of changes affecting Earth. But we are now learning that gravitational and magnetic forces operating on a cosmic scale may also play a crucial role in the planet's behavior. 3I Atlas, by interacting with the solar system in as yet unknown ways, may alter the flow of energy reaching the Sun, which in turn triggers changes affecting Earth. All of this leads us to an even deeper reflection on our place in the universe. For centuries, we have considered Earth an isolated world, governed by its own laws and isolated from cosmic events occurring billions of kilometers away. But today, we are facing the reality. Earth is more connected to the universe than we ever imagined. Every solar storm, every seismic tremor, every movement of an interstellar object reminds us that we are immersed in a cosmic system far larger than ourselves. The 3-Eye Atlas passage is just the beginning of a series of discoveries that could forever transform our understanding of the influence of cosmic forces on daily life on Earth. As we look to the future, we can't help but wonder, how will we adapt to this new knowledge? If forces from space, such as solar storms and objects like 3-Eye Atlas, affect Earth in ways we hadn't previously considered, what else will we discover about the connection between the cosmos and our planet? Perhaps now is the time to rethink our relationship with the universe, understanding that we are not just observing the cosmos from a secluded corner, but that we are deeply connected to it, influenced by its forces and events in ways we never anticipated. As science continues to unravel these mysteries, humanity is in a unique position to redefine its place in the cosmos. We may never fully understand the connection between solar storms, the 3-Eye Atlas passage, and earthquakes, but it is clear that we are living in an era of cosmic discovery that could transform our understanding of the universe. As these events unfold, we will witness a transformation in our view of space and Earth, a transformation that may lead us into a future where the connection between the two is more evident than ever. The Sun, 3-Eye Atlas, and Earth are intricately linked in a cosmic cycle that surpasses our expectations. While the answers remain obscure, we are certain that we are witnessing the beginning of a major shift in our understanding of the universe. We are not merely passive observers of a vast and distant cosmos. We are active participants in a larger cosmic web, where forces from space influence everything we know. As we continue our exploration and research, the mystery of the cosmos will continue to evolve, challenging our understanding and propelling us to new heights in our quest for knowledge. As we progress on this journey of discovery, the complexity of the cosmos and its influence on Earth become increasingly fascinating. Despite its considerable progress, science still faces enormous challenges in unraveling the mysteries of how space phenomena impact our planet. The passage of 3-Eye Atlas, the increase in solar activity, and the intensification of Earth's seismic activity are not simply isolated coincidences, but testify to a much deeper interconnection between Earth and the vast universe around us. One of the most striking aspects of these events is how interconnected everything seems. The Sun, the energy giant that governs our daily lives, not only provides heat and light to the Earth, but can also exert a force that alters the behavior of tectonic plates and seismic activity. While solar storms have long been recognized for their impact on communications and technology, we are beginning to better understand how these solar emissions, by interacting with the Earth's magnetic field, could affect not only our atmosphere, but also the very structure of our planet. The interaction between the solar wind and the Earth's magnetosphere, which until now seemed an isolated and relatively harmless phenomenon, could exacerbate tensions between tectonic plates. These charged particles, by disrupting the magnetosphere, could alter the Earth's internal pressures, triggering a release of energy in the form of earthquakes. Is this the beginning of a new era of understanding, in which the Earth's seismic activity results not only from its own internal processes, but also from cosmic interactions that influence its stability. As 3I Atlas approaches the closest region of our solar system, its gravity could alter the configuration of the solar system in ways that are still poorly understood. Its close passage could have gravitational effects on the Sun and nearby planets, which in turn could alter solar activity. If so, the energy released by the Sun during its solar storms could intensify, causing further disruptions to Earth's magnetosphere and its internal stability. Which brings us to a fundamental question. How can we prepare for these changes when we are faced with a series of cosmic forces that affect not only the atmosphere, but also the very structure of the Earth? If seismic activity is exacerbated by solar energy and the influence of 3I Atlas, we must rethink our approach to natural disaster prevention and preparedness. The future could bring new challenges beyond traditional geological events, requiring a better understanding of the impact of cosmic forces on the stability of our planet. Each new discovery brings us closer to a truth that could transform our perception of Earth and its relationship to the cosmos. What we once believed to be an isolated geological phenomenon, a force internal to the planet, now appears to be part of a larger cosmic cycle involving both the Sun and distant objects like 3I Atlas. Instead of viewing Earth as a standalone world, we realize that we are deeply connected to the universe and that the forces at work in space have a direct impact on everything that happens on the surface of our planet. The relationship between these cosmic events, the Sun and Earth, reminds us that we live in a dynamic system where nothing is separate. The passage of 3I Atlas, solar storms and earthquakes are not isolated phenomena, but manifestations of a far more complex cosmic web that we are only beginning to understand. Perhaps by deepening our understanding of these phenomena, we will unlock not only the mysteries of Earth, but also our own place in the vast and mysterious universe. And as all this unfolds, the sense of being on the cusp of a historic discovery persists. We are witnessing a paradigm shift as science, geology, and astronomy converge toward a new understanding of the impact of cosmic events on life on Earth. While the answers aren't always clear, what's happening in space and on our planet demonstrates that the universe is far more interconnected and dynamic than we could ever have imagined. The future may be uncertain, but one thing is certain. We are living through a turning point in human history. What we learn about the interaction between cosmic forces and Earth in the coming years could transform our understanding of the world and, perhaps, our relationship with the cosmos. Forces acting beyond our atmosphere are present, influencing us in subtle but powerful ways, and it is our curiosity and quest for answers that will drive us to learn more about this cosmic web that connects everything. As we continue to observe and explore, the mystery of the connections between the Sun, 3I Atlas, and Earth continues to unravel. But more importantly, this mystery invites us to look beyond our world, to understand that we are part of something much larger, a universe filled with secrets to be discovered. In the meantime, we continue to search for the pieces of the puzzle, hoping that each discovery will bring us closer to the truth beyond our imagination. As science advances and the passage of 3I Atlas brings us closer to a threshold of cosmic revelations, the mystery surrounding the interaction between the Sun, interstellar objects, and Earth becomes more complex. Each new discovery seems to open the door to a deeper understanding of how cosmic forces, however distant, influence not only space, but also the stability of our planet, more directly than we could have imagined. Solar activity, as we know, has been constant throughout Earth's history. However, we are beginning to understand that the Sun, with its boundless energy, could influence seismic activity in ways that previously seemed impossible. Solar storms, these large-scale releases of energy, have effects that go beyond simply disrupting communications and technology. The interaction between the solar wind and Earth's magnetosphere could play a crucial role in accelerating Earth's internal tectonic stresses, releasing energy in the form of earthquakes. What once seemed like a completely internal Earth process is now closely linked to space activity. The influence of 3I Atlas could amplify this phenomenon. As it passes through the solar system, this interstellar object could alter the gravitational configuration of nearby celestial bodies, including the Sun. This gravitational alteration could intensify solar activity, which could in turn affect conditions on Earth and trigger more earthquakes and magnetic disturbances. This connection revolutionizes our understanding of seismic events. Earthquakes, rather than simply being the result of tectonic plate movements, could be the result of a combination of cosmic factors affecting Earth's equilibrium. The influence of solar storms, combined with gravitational variations caused by objects like 3I Atlas, could accelerate the process of energy release in the Earth's crust. If this is the case, we are witnessing a new paradigm in which cosmic events have a far greater influence on seismic activity than previously thought. But how can we prepare? If cosmic forces are altering the Earth's internal behavior, we need to consider how our disaster prevention and seismic monitoring strategies might adapt to this new reality. The interdependence of space and the planet suggests that our methods of measuring and responding to earthquakes may need a major overhaul. Moreover, the magnitude of earthquakes could be influenced by cosmic phenomena beyond our control, raising new questions about our ability to predict these events. Meanwhile, the influence of 3I Atlas and solar activity continues to evolve, challenging our ability to fully understand the dynamics of the solar system. The gravity of this interstellar object, interacting with the Sun and other planets, could influence cosmic events in ways that affect us more than we realize. More profoundly, this invites us to question not only our relationship with Earth, but also our place in the universe. If these cosmic events affect Earth, what consequences does this have for our understanding of life, space, and time? Are we mere observers of a distant universe, or active participants in a much larger cosmic web? The future seems full of possibilities and unanswered questions. As we continue to observe and study these phenomena, each new discovery seems to shed new light on the connection between Earth and the cosmos. If 3I Atlas influences the solar system and the Sun influences the Earth's crust, could this be the beginning of a new era in which cosmic and terrestrial events are understood as part of a single, interconnected system? This new understanding could pave the way for a future in which we better understand not only seismic activity, but also our own existence in a dynamic and ever-changing universe. As these cosmic mysteries unfold, our ability to observe and understand events beyond Earth's atmosphere increases. Advances in space technology and astronomy allow us to study the effects of interstellar objects and solar fluctuations more deeply than ever before. Perhaps we will eventually discover that the connection between Earth and space is far deeper and more complex than we imagined. The Sun, Three-Eye Atlas, and Earth are part of the same cosmic system, and the forces that govern these bodies are intricately connected in ways we are only beginning to discover. As we continue to explore, observe, and wonder, it is clear that we are on the cusp of a discovery that could transform our view of the universe and our place within it. This cosmic mystery continues to evolve, and humanity is still participating, seeking answers, learning, and adapting to the new realities the cosmos reveals to us. As observations of the Three-Eye Atlas transit and the Sun's increasingly erratic behavior open up new avenues of knowledge, we are faced with a series of questions that challenge our traditional view of the universe. How far-reaching are the effects of solar activity on Earth? Could the presence of objects like Three-Eye Atlas influence our own seismic and climatic behavior in ways we never anticipated? Science continues to search for answers, but it is clear that we are on the cusp of a radical shift in our understanding of how cosmic forces interact with Earth. One of the most fascinating questions that continues to arise is whether we are witnessing a unique phenomenon in the history of the solar system. The combination of the passage of Three-Eye Atlas, an interstellar object passing through our neighborhood, and the increase in solar activity could mark the beginning of a larger cosmic process, never before observed on the scale we currently experience. The simultaneity of these two events suggests that we are witnessing a kind of cosmic synchronization, as if events in the universe are aligning in an unexpected way. Every solar storm, every fluctuation in the intensity of solar flares, seems to resonate with Earth in ways we never imagined. Disturbances in the magnetosphere, the invisible layers that protect us from space radiation, could have a far greater impact on the Earth's crust than previously thought. By interacting with our atmosphere, charged particles from the Sun could alter Earth's internal structure, perhaps influencing the pressure that builds up on tectonic plates. This is just one of the theories being explored, but if confirmed, it would radically change our understanding of how cosmic forces influence seismic behavior. Beyond this theory, the possibility that Three-Eye Atlas could alter the dynamics of the solar system is a crucial avenue of research. Although the gravity of this interstellar object is weak compared to that of planets or the Sun, its close passage could alter the trajectories and gravity of other bodies in the solar system, including the Sun. This could trigger increased solar activity, amplifying its effects on Earth. We may not just be observing the consequences of conventional solar phenomena, but also those of a broader cosmic interaction involving both our Sun and objects passing through the solar system like Three-Eye Atlas. It's fascinating to consider the direct impact these cosmic events, though distant and sometimes almost imperceptible to the naked eye, have on our daily lives. The consequences of solar storms go far beyond simply disrupting satellite communications and navigation systems. Their influence could directly affect Earth's internal stability, accelerating processes that would normally take thousands of years. The possibility that all of this is linked to the influence of a single interstellar object, such as Three-Eye Atlas, suggests that the solar system is far more dynamic and interconnected than previously thought. Although answers remain scarce, science continues to advance in the study of these phenomena. Technological advances allow astronomers and geophysicists to collect more data than ever before, hoping to better understand the impact of these cosmic events on Earth's equilibrium. Observations from advanced satellites and telescopes are helping to decipher the role of Three-Eye Atlas's gravity and its relationship to solar behavior, as well as its influence on our planet's internal dynamics. What is clear is that we are witnessing a shift in our understanding of our relationship with the universe. If the passage of Three-Eye Atlas directly influences the behavior of the Sun, and if this influence amplifies the internal tensions of the Earth, then we are facing an era in which the connection between Earth and the cosmos is more evident than ever. This shift in perspective requires us to rethink our preparation for natural events and our understanding of the cycle of seismic activity. As we approach Three-Eye Atlas, humanity continues to search for answers, but it's undeniable that every day we understand more about the deep connections between the universe and Earth. Seismic activity, solar storms, and the passage of interstellar objects like Three-Eye Atlas show us that we are not isolated on this small planet, but part of a vast, dynamic cosmic system. As these events unfold, our ability to predict and understand natural phenomena will need to evolve. Perhaps in the future, we will be able to anticipate not only traditional seismic movements, but also the effects of solar activity and objects passing through the solar system, thus adapting to a world where the forces of the cosmos have a much more direct impact on our lives. This new era of discovery invites us to look beyond the confines of Earth and see ourselves as part of a larger, more deeply connected cosmic web. The mystery continues to unfold, and as we continue to observe these cosmic changes, we also have the opportunity to redefine our relationship with the universe. Perhaps by understanding how cosmic events affect Earth, we will finally understand our place in this vast and wondrous cosmos, and prepare for a future where cosmic interconnectedness is a fundamental part of our existence.